So the other thing about this offer sheet is if you're the Montreal Canadiens, you can accept the compensation, right? You can take that first round and that third round pick and then maybe flip it along with maybe a couple of other players or prospects for Jack Eichel. And that's been a huge thing up in the air lately. I don't think that happens, but some other names have been thrown out there along with Jack Eichel. There had been Christian Dvorak in Arizona because Arizona is basically tearing everything down. So they could probably get Dvorak. I can't think of. There was another player that was mentioned, but the biggest name was Christian Dvorak because most likely that's who they would probably go after, and then maybe Jack Eichel if they include some crazy amount of prospects or whatever. So, I mean, I honestly don't know what to do if you're Mark Bergevin because, well, actually, no, I take that back.
You let him walk.
I was about to say, I take that back. You know what? I let him walk. I take the first and the third and figure out something to do with it because that's just too much money and puts you into a bind where you have to make decisions you don't want to.
Yeah, and from the outside in, it doesn't seem like the Canadiens are in a place to make another cup run again anyway. With Weber being out likely for ever, like you said,
maybe for the rest of his career. Yeah,
and with Price being out for who knows how long. Not looking good.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on that before we move on?
What a great situation. That's exciting.
It's just a weird situation, right? And again, it all ties back to Jack Eichel. Somehow, every single time we talk about something, it's Jack Eichel.
So this whole offseason comes down to, and he's not even going to get traded till like the last day of the offseason or something like that.
Right.
Some team is going to give up something stupid for him, and then that team's not even going to end up being good, and it's not going to matter. It's going to be so stupid.
Well, no, I disagree with you completely, Chris.
The only team that's going to get Jack Eichel is if they give up such an important piece, because Buffalo doesn't want to get rid of Jack Eichel. The only person that wants Jack Eichel to move is Jack Eichel. So it's just like a team's going to have to give up so much for that. Like the only trade that makes sense in my mind for us to get Jack Eichel is us giving up Roope Hintz. And
we're not about to do that.
We'd be crazy to do that.
Yeah.
But another team is going to have to give up their Roope Hintz, and that's going to cripple a team.
So we've kind of talked about this a little bit, but what would for like Montreal, they would have to give up Nick Suzuki, right?
Yeah.
The logically Nick Suzuki or Caulfield, right? So one of those two players, I would think one of those two players. The first round pick that they got from Carolina, assuming they let Kotkaniemi go, their own first round pick, and then maybe some role player, middle six, bottom six player. That's what I would expect. For maybe Paul Byron, I don't know. But for the Stars, that's the equivalent of like, maybe Jason Robertson, add in Thomas Harley, a first round pick, and then I don't know, maybe someone like Kiviranta or something like that. That's a lot to give up for a player you don't even know is going to play for your team because, the first day of the season because he's got so many medical issues and Buffalo won't let him take care of it.
And while we've already just created the new segment.
Yeah, we just kind of went with it.
I don't even, honestly, the way I see the whole Jack Eichel thing coming out is he's not going to be traded before the start of the season. I think he's going to literally just sit it out and refuse to play for the Sabres. And it's going to be a one-man lockout situation. Because Buffalo does not want to get rid of him. They have shown that. And they're not going to accept anything less than a crazy deal if they try and trade him. And no team wants to give him that because they don't have any leverage because they're not going to – it's either they get whatever the teams are offering or they get nothing because Jack Eichel's not going to play for them. And I think they're just going to sit there and hope something happens until some kind of breaking point. I don't know what that would be, though.
Well, I think this is going to be another Matt Duchene situation, right? So Colorado was really bad. Matt Duchene was not happy with the situation. And he started the season and he played for the team. He honored his contract, right? And I think that's what Jack Eichel's going to do. And it was about a month or so into the season when Matt Duchene got traded. And then now who's better off, Matt Duchene or the Colorado Avalanche?
The Avalanche.
Yeah, most definitely, yes. And the stuff that they got from that trade, really propelled them to be a cup contender team. And again, as the Stanley Cup favorite for this upcoming season, even though Tampa Bay has won the last 2 years, just because they're stacked. So, I maybe
You're
Buffalo
making
is
me
doing the right
sad.
thing.
You just said Colorado's favored to win the cup.
They
That makes
are
me sad.
They are.
The betting odds are completely in their favor right now, unfortunately. So
Yeah, but even Buffalo's so bad right now. Even if they did get the crazy great deal that they're looking for, they would still suck.
yeah, they're gonna
Like-
suck now. It really sucks to have to go through a rebuild when you didn't even finish the original rebuild. So
yeah, when you
which
had
is
one
what
of
they're
the
doing.
best players in the world and just squandered him. Yeah,
I mean, they got rid of Ristolainen, they got rid of Reinhardt, and now they're getting rid of Jack Eichel. That will happen eventually, whether that be now, in a month, in 2 months when the season's in full swing. Who knows? So, anyways, going through that situation, we kind of went from Montreal to Carolina to Buffalo in a way. But anyway, good discussion there. This next one,
Thanks.
I kind of mentioned. I wasn't talking to you. I'm just kidding. Anyways,